A simple outdoor fun time soon turned into a chilling encounter when this couple, out in Utah, found something in a cave and quickly brought out their phones to record it. What could they have possibly found? Let's find out.
Should we... Did we go up there? I don't hear it anymore. I'll be doing this. Yeah, I don't see anything. Go. What the
Drawn by an unsettling sound echoing from the cave's depths, they ventured closer, and then, from the shadows, a creepy humanoid silhouette began to emerge. Real cryptid sighting, or a nifty bit of video fakery? You decide. Playing out late with your friends is always enthralling, messing around as the sky gently smothers you with the darkness of twilight, knowing you're out way past your curfew. But in this clip posted by 3D Die 93, these kids' games were soon cut short when something lashed out from the night.
What the fuck, dude? Dang! Oh shit! Oh shit!
What? Oh shit, what the hell?
Although the way they laughed seemed like it's staged, we can't see any jump cuts, and unless Speedy Gonzalez was hiding behind that wall, there was nobody there. Could these kids have been really handy with editing software 13 years ago? Or is there something sinister waiting to play tag with them?
Years of research, hunting, and internet discourse have gone into the Sasquatch, and whether you believe it's a bloodthirsty forest dweller or a simple urban legend, it doesn't make it any less interesting, especially not when people catch clips like this.
What was that? Oh, God, Michael. Was that you?
No. I heard those noises.
Yeah.
Coming from my window.
I heard them too, but I thought that was you.
No.
Okay. All right.
You hear that?
Yeah, I did. Get out of me.
Mom? What is that?
Oh, go, get inside the house, go. Go.
Of all the things you'd want to be woken up with, this one would be last on the list. The origins of the clip are very foggy. We know it was filmed in Lockridge by a family who would rather remain anonymous, but aside from that, we're in the dark. If the family didn't want to be known, why would they fake such a terrifying video? What would be the point? Yeah, those eyes could have been somebody on top of a tree holding 2 torches in the dark, but did you see the way they blinked? so damn realistic. And take one look at the place they live in. A huge old stone house facing a great span of twisting, rustling forest. They're just asking for cryptids. Could this be the start of an ARG? A real cryptid sighting? Or a behind-the-scenes glimpse of a new episode of Sassy the Sasquatch? Let us know your thoughts.
The following clip might make you reconsider that camping trip you had planned. If you've ever seen the Blair Witch Project, you will know that you should probably take caution in the middle of the woods at night. These guys, however, just ran in all guns blazing. After sharing a smoke and setting up a campfire, they decide the best way to tender the camping experience was to go and investigate their surroundings, which led them finding some suspicious stuff, to say the least.
Urbexu, nie demoluj.
Panowie, można walić wiadro. I to takie bez dna, ono się nie skończy. Rora cavemana.
Przyjemnie.
Na granicy zawalenia.
O kurwa!
Mieliście udawać zawalenie.
Tam jest jakaś stodoła.
Nie wiem, czy tam się da wejść.
Ja nawet bym dobrze
No
nie
to
wchodziłem.
kłódka jest rozjebana. Kłódka jest założona. Pizdu.
Śmierdzi gównem to chuj. Co to jest?
Nie wiem. A! Dobra, nie.
Ty, czerwony.
Kurwa, na tym jest krew.
Oświeć. Ale... Nie, dobra.
They felt a little uneasy because of the strange trinkets lying around, but they never expected to find this waiting for them in the next building.
Kurwa, nie ma. Masz kosę? Mam. Dobra. Plecak zostawiam w dupie, chuj z plecakiem. Dobra, spierdalam.
Who the hell was that? Whatever it was, it seemed to be hanging upside down like a bloody vampire. While you can argue that the lack of more visuals is a clear cop-out and that the audio could have been added during editing, the group's reaction seems pretty genuine. There are some comments on the video suggesting that this was an amateur short film, and there are some signs, such as the editing style being very found footage horror style, and the video itself is a complete 180 from any other content on this dude's YouTube channel. He usually posts short parkour content, but after a 1 year break, he comes out with this. What's the verdict though? Do you think this was some kind of film project, or are all the urban legends about the depths of the woods true? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Jassim, the lone explorer of long forgotten places,
Ja, Jen!
and Middle Eastern ghost hunting Rambo, sets off on another hair-raising, door-kicking adventure. But this time, things become a lot more intense. Watch this.
Bismillah! La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah! أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا إله إلا الله. لا 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 إله إلا الله.
Did you notice how he immediately got close to it with excellent camera quality, giving us a full view of all the areas around the door? It's almost as if he has nothing to hide. We've explored and debunked some of Jassim's videos in the past, and while many seemed authentic, some had questionable jump cuts or potential strings.
لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله.
Jassim blamed Snapchat's time limits for the cuts. As for the strings, well, we're about to find out today. We found it a lot harder to debunk his latest videos. Take a look at this one.
لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه.
Here, when our door-kicking pro approaches the usual target, a shiny string appears on screen. But let's keep camera flares in mind this time. It does actually seem to only occur when the metal bit on the ceiling reflects the light from his torch, and it disappears when he walks past it. Its movement doesn't match the doors either, so could it actually be a lens flare from the metal reflection and not a string? This raises our questions all over again. Could his videos actually be the real deal? Let's keep digging.
بسم الله لا إله إلا الله. والله العظيم يا جماعة إن قامي تايه. بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. هذه كل مرة يا جماعة، كل مرة نجي لابد. والله العظيم لابد. أنا ما أدري إيش السبب يا جماعة. تدرون كيف؟ ما أقدر يا جماعة، ما أقدر. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله.
And again, loads of what looks like strings, but why would he need so many just to pull a few chandeliers? We have to try and debunk our own debunking claims to figure out the truth. So this time we searched for shiny objects every time the so-called strings appeared. Let's watch it again. And it matches up. They all seem to be camera lens flares, especially after watching the effect caused by the mirror in this video.
الطاقم السلبية مليون. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات. بسم الله. بسم الله.
But does this prove all his videos are genuine paranormal activity caught on camera?
I don't think so.
Does it heck? We will surely keep analysing them though, because just like you, we want to believe. He could indeed be a master of deception, but what if all these unexplained events captured on camera were actually real proof of paranormal activity? What if? While making a quick response video on her TikTok, this girl just set up her phone in her bedroom and hit record. All went well for a few seconds until she noticed someone or something else stealing all the spotlight.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos like the bronzer highlighter I use, and I use the Milani 05 Soleil. So I'm gonna try that on, and no.
The camera is stationary for the whole video, meaning we can't see the whole room or get a good view inside the wardrobe. But when she swings it open, there doesn't look to be enough room for anyone to hide in there anyway. No idea where the light switch is, so that could have been anything. And something could have been placed on the floor to open and close the doors. But would she go to those lengths to fake a 30-second video? What do you think?
A huge shout out to our longtime viewer John Lee Richards for sending us a spine-tingling email. Back in 2018, he and his wife embarked on a 5-year mission to travel around every Welsh castle site. When they got to Kidwelly Castle, they whipped out their cameras to capture the beautiful scenery, but when they looked back at the photos, their blood ran cold. There's clearly someone or something at the window. John told us that there is no floor where the figure is standing, and when he initially took the photo, he could see nothing but stonework. The funny thing is, John isn't the only person to have caught something sinister in this specific landmark. In an article published by the Daily Star, Alun Glenn took his kids to explore the grounds just before closing time. They snapped a few pictures and headed back to the car when they watched the groundskeepers lock the gate and presumed the castle empty. That was until they put the photographs on the laptop back home and realised they had caught a figure peeking out of a huge doorway. Kidwelly Castle has been rumoured to be haunted for as long as anyone can remember, and it is said to be the headless spirit of Gwendolyn, Princess of Wales. The story goes that the Normans beheaded her in battle, and her restless soul has haunted the grounds ever since. Again, a huge shout out to John Lee Richards for drawing our attention to this terrifying bite of history. This footage from the YouTube channel V13 Japon makes us wonder if this is a real yokai or some crazy desperado trying to harass these wannabe gossip girls. But what it did help us realise was that you never know who or what could be spying on you, so never let your guard down in a dressing room. This paranormal entity makes a brief appearance manifesting in front of our eyes, then fading out again and disappearing. Imagine how freaked out those girls would be if they saw that. What do you think? Do you think this could be staged, or is this room really haunted? If the latter, do you think the girls were in any danger? Please let us know what other stories you've heard about the Japanese yokai in the comment section.
Exploring creepy abandoned buildings alone at stupid o'clock might seem like fun and games, but when the paranormal comes to bite you in the arse, you'll go from Rambo mode to running for your spare pants in a heartbeat, just like Alex from Hunting the Unknown in the scary video you're about to watch.
This place is in the middle of like a forest. It used to be a winery, but it's over 25 years it's been derelict, abandoned. So the forest has reclaimed this place pretty much. And it's known to have people coming in to do seances and things like that, satanic things. Because in the UK you might not think it, but it's very popular in this country. Satanists, demons, all that sort of stuff, summoning rituals. You name it, guys, they do it in this country. What the was that?
This paranormal investigation took place inside an old winery restaurant that closed down over 20 years ago, when the owners had enough of the bizarre events they started witnessing quite regularly. From doors slamming out of nowhere to staff members getting scratched, objects smashing on the floor and whatnot, the place is believed to be a paranormal hotspot. But if you thought that the evils that tormented this place were long gone, you thought wrong. After hearing a bang, Alex decided to check out the devices he had placed earlier to find out the source of the noise, only to realize that someone or something had slammed one of those doors right in front of one of his static cameras. But whatever did that was only just getting started. You see, he also set up a music box that goes off when it detects someone walking past it.
I want to face it here, I reckon. So you turn it on as a sensor on the front of it. If something walks past it, the music will go off. So at the moment it's calibrating this area. So that's a sensor, guys. So if something walks past that, it will go off.
But when the music box went off this time, there was no one to be seen.
What the
And as he sought to find out what was going on by talking to the ether and asking for a sign, something truly bizarre happened on camera. Take a look.
Where are you? Can you give me a sign, please? Oh, fucking hell. What the was that? Hell.
One of the bottles was knocked off by something we couldn't see, covering his skin with goose pimples to no end. But that's not all. After getting over the shot of adrenaline, his camera captures something way more sinister. Take a look.
Down, hold, please, for lockdown. It's crazy, I don't understand this. I'm pretty sure this is like that. Hello? Let's see too much sound in there. Who's there?
Bet you missed it, didn't you? What looks like a pure black shadow person seems to be watching him from the darkness. But when he investigates the area, it's gone. At this point, he'd seen enough, so he pulled a "screw you guys, I'm going home" and darted out of there.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Now, as compelling as this footage might look, we can't just go around believing everything we see online, can we?
Nope.
Let's take a more skeptical approach. We're supposed to assume he was alone at a haunted place at stupid o'clock, right? But what if he wasn't really alone there? I mean, all we can do is take his word for it, but we can't know for a fact if there was someone else off camera or not. For all we know, the door could have been moved by someone behind this wall, and the music box could have gone off using a tampered remote device. But on the other hand, how do we explain the bottles being knocked over right in front of the camera? Jump cuts? Strings? We looked through the footage thoroughly and still couldn't find traces of any. and the pitch black shadow apparition he filmed at the end could also be some truly compelling evidence, the cherry on top of this paranormal cake. But then again, did you notice how long it took for him to investigate that area and prove there was no one inside? The last time we saw the shadow figure on camera, he panned it left and then right again, but this time focused on the floor for some weird reason, leaving the doorway off camera, almost as if trying to avoid showing us that door area, leaving enough time for whoever was there to leave before he went in. Suspicious? Sure. Proof of fakery? Absolutely not. Without proof, these are just assumptions, and we can assume all we want, but the question remains, what if? What if that really was a creepy ass shadow dude lurking around and making Alex nervous, acting sus? This video is, without a doubt, one of the creepiest videos we've seen lately. Whether real or not, Alex deserves a massive shout out for uploading such a creepy paranormal investigation.
Congrats.
But we want to hear your thoughts too. What do you think about the whole thing? Real paranormal evidence? Or just another great piece of spooky entertainment? Let us know in the comment section. And if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to check his channel on YouTube, Hunting the Unknown.
Do you like to ride your bike at night? Are abandoned areas, secluded roads and empty lanes your preferred site to catch some air before bed? This video will probably make you change your habit. This dude on the motorbike is out to have some fun, but he was forced to stay home at night after this strange experience. You are not ready to watch this, so here's the footage. There's no chance that a lady in bridal gown would be waiting for her prince so late at night. That too, nearby a deserted forest. It's surely some supernatural entity. No? What do you think?
Mad Max loves exploring the scariest abandoned places and often uploads the footage he captures on YouTube through his channel Night Watch Exploration. But when he decided to investigate this abandoned military hangar with a friend, they captured something that even the most skeptical commenters are struggling to explain. While exploring, they kept hearing strange sounds, but couldn't figure out where or what was making the weird noises. They explored other parts of the hangar, hoping to find what was making the sound, but that only brought them closer to the grand reveal. Take a look.
Hello, sir. What the f is that? What the f is that right there? Oh! What the f was that? What the f was that, bro? What the f was that, man?
How the fuck did it even fucking get through here? Look at this.
Holy sh, bro. There's no way. Whatever that. Listen.
It's just thunder.
That's thunder, but what the was that? There's no way that whatever we just saw could run
Through here, that
through here.
fast.
I mean, look how thick that bush is.
Look at this.
There's no way we would have heard him. He would have been all fucked up.
Just as they shined their lights through a door frame, they saw a mysterious figure that quickly disappeared. They were so freaked out they darted to chase after it, but no one was there. Besides, it was practically impossible for anyone to escape through those thick bushes that quickly anyway. If it was a homeless person, they would have obviously gotten stuck in the trees, but nothing was there. So, what the hell did they capture on camera that night? Could a person have disappeared that quickly? Or was it something far more sinister? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Imagine finding out that the root of all your misfortunes lies within a single object you once brought home. That's exactly what happened to TikToker Hey Charmaine EE. It all started when she found this Daruma doll in college and decided to keep it with her ever since. If you have never heard of it, a Daruma doll's owner is supposed to make a wish and paint one of the eyes. And when that wish comes true, the other eye must be painted immediately too. This one clearly belonged to someone who had wished for God knows what. Right off the bat, she began to notice some unusual occurrences around her house, which immediately turned her suspicions towards the creepy looking doll's head. She reached out to a couple of her superstitious college friends regarding the weird doll, and she found out that their dorm, where the doll was found, was believed to be haunted by the ghost of a student who had died there. Afterwards, she went online searching for more answers regarding her haunted doll and found some similarities in the experiences shared by other people who also owned a Daruma doll. Later, a couple of followers suggested that she take the doll off her shelf and put it away somewhere. However, things would only get creepier from here. Take a look.
Why are you whining, baby? Cooper, what are you staring at? Dude, there's nothing in the hallway.
Her dog would stare into empty spaces and whine as if he'd seen something scary, but when she goes to check it out, she finds nothing. And when she does find something, it literally makes her lose sleep. This clip was recorded just before she decided to stash the doll away. As she slept, the doll seemingly moved by itself to face the other direction, but this was nothing compared to what she was about to experience next.
I just woke up. I heard someone screaming outside my window. Oh my god. What? There's a guy up there who's just staring out my window. What is he doing? What the hell? He's staring at me.
A scream woke Charmaine up at night, and to prove she was not going insane, she grabbed her phone and got up to capture whoever made such a loud noise from her window. That's when she saw someone standing there, staring at her window from across the street. But outside was the least of her worries, because soon after, she heard something inside.
Oh my god, I think there was something fucking in my room. I don't know.
Her wardrobe door slides open by itself. And when she looked inside, the doll fell. Seeing the doll on the ground and not in the pouch where it should be scared the hell out of her. So she quickly made for her keys and ran out of the house that night. And to make sure Charmaine doesn't think about coming back, the figure makes another cameo inside her room. Terrified, Charmaine asked her friend if she could stay with her until she eventually moved to another apartment. Her doll moved with her. Her nightmares never stopped.
For all the videos we have ever posted on this channel, this one might just clear them all. All the levitating items, the knives thrown across the kitchen, the door swinging open, it is all cleared by this masterpiece of true paranormal activity. Yeah, okay, alright, maybe not. But with the amount of gear this guy is on, he probably feels like a ghost. This crackergeist was recorded parading across a ranch on a trail camera. Who knew ghosts could be addicted to more than just eerie whispers and haunting howls? Looks like we've got a case of paranormal rehab on our hands, bro.
Shout out to our Discord member, Shadows, for drawing our attention to these clips. TikTok user, Our Haunted House, began feeling a pit of dread in his stomach every time he walked into his living room. It all started with picture frames falling down and wooden stools topple into the ground, seemingly on their own. And then his plants slowly began to die one by one, which he attributes to the fondly nicknamed Shadow Man. But soon, the activity ramped up and got even more unexplainable when he began catching footage on his door cam. Lights started flickering right in front of him, and after racking their brains for ages about why their family seemed to be plagued by these spooky happenings, they came to the conclusion that it could all be down to a fateful night visiting the catacombs in Paris a few years back. Now, if you know anything about the catacombs, you know it's like a playground for spirits, as it's home to over 6 million dead bodies. Rumours of rituals and sacrifices happening in those hidden alleyways underneath Paris do beg the idea that something could easily latch onto visitors. And the more these guys film, the more we might be rethinking that spooky holiday tour.
My dog just started fucking barking for no fucking reason. Let's see. Holy shit, there's somebody out there!
Right after we see the dog going crazy, he walks to the front of the house. Look closely on the left of the screen, right before he opens the door to check who's there. There is a clear outline of a figure leering just outside the house. Now, this could well have been a friend standing outside and then quickly running away, but how did the figure disappear so quickly? It's pretty hard to spot a jump cut when he pans the camera, so what's going on? And this isn't the only time that the Shadow Man has shown himself either. Check out this scary video. Fair enough, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube that show you how to accomplish the lights out effect, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this one is fake, right? While we weren't really there to prove it, we can analyse it further so you don't have to. Look closely at the folds in the curtain. They abruptly change pattern when we compare the start of the video with the end. The lights going on and off give us the impression that the video was all recorded in just a few seconds, but would that be enough time for someone to touch the curtains? Or did someone just move the curtains in between jump cuts? We'll leave it up to you to decide, but whether these videos are real or fake, they're still pretty creepy. Once again, a huge shout out to our Discord member Shadows for requesting our analysis of these scary videos.
This clip is extremely subtly disturbing. The channel World and the Unknown Truths is dedicated to releasing content for non-believers in an attempt to change their mind. And this clip might just do that. A night shift worker was doing his rounds in a supermarket car park in Brazil, completely isolated and alone. Or was he? Take a look and decide for yourself.
Minha gente, aquele carro ali, ele mexeu. Eu parei com a moto aqui agora. Eu tô ficando doido. Olha, o outro lá mexeu. Esse carro aqui. Tem alguma coisa aqui. Quem é que tá aí? Você mexeu o carro, mexa agora. Mexa esse carrinho que tá aí. Olha. Olha. Vixe. Meu Deus do céu. Vocês viram? Passou por ali. A moto deu partida. Olha. Sozinha. Meu Deus.
There's nothing wrong with a late night shopping trip, but it's doubtful this supermarket wants any cursed customers. And in one final fiendish act, this possible poltergeist sends one final shiver down everyone's spine. The actions here seem like a predator toying with its prey, sending small shockwaves of fear before lashing out and swiping the final hit. This is all we see before the video cuts to black. What do you think happened after the camera cut? Let us know down below. We love reading your thoughts, as you should probably know by now. We read every single comment. The creepy video you're about to see was uploaded by the YouTube channel Professor Cynical. He's been documenting all the strange, unexplainable stuff happening around his house, hoping that by sharing his story, he might find some help, or at least some answers, from skeptics and paranormal enthusiasts alike. But in this video, before he could even start detailing the creepy events he's been dealing with, something unsettling happened, showing that whatever's haunting his home isn't messing around.
Alright everybody, so a lot of you guys have been asking about how things are going in the house. Now for anybody who doesn't know, strange things have been happening. Like, for example, I posted a video not too long ago where the door was rattling constantly. Like literally the door handle was physically rattling, and I opened the door, no one's there. So, I mean, I don't know if I believe in this sort of stuff. I really don't. And then another video before that, it sounded like someone was physically running down the stairs at me. And that kind of stuff happens all the time now. And the hell? Oh, I'm sick of it.
As if the creepy stuff he'd already talked about wasn't enough, the kitchen drawer suddenly slides open, no one around, nothing in sight. Frustrated by all these weird events, he decides to show what he caught on camera, and trust me, this footage is pure nightmare fuel. Take a look.
So just to show you guys that there's, oh for God's sake, literally nothing here. Sorry, my tripod getting caught and everything. Literally nothing here.
Look, see? Absolutely nothing. Oh, sorry, it's just my tripod wire dangling on the floor there. And just to show you as well. Oh, this is crazy. Right. Wait a minute. That wasn't... Oh, for God's sake, that wasn't even on before. Right, let me try and get set back up here.
This time, he caught the door handle rattling again, like someone or something was messing with it. The tension ramps up as he steps back into the living room, only to find the TV turned on by itself, like whatever's in the house is playing a twisted game of hide and seek with him. But here's the kicker. His channel isn't even about the paranormal, and this guy doesn't believe in ghosts or spirits at all. Like anyone who's clueless about the supernatural, he made the mistake of trying to talk to it. And that's when he got the scare of his life.
Apparently it's a ghost. Again, I'm not saying I believe in that stuff. I really don't. But apparently if you call out, things are meant to happen or you'll get a response or something. So, fine, let's just try it. Nice to meet you. If there's anybody there. Can you make something move? Again? Can you make anything move?
Everything about this encounter screams unsettling darkness, from the eerie silence that followed, to what might be orbs floating around, and then a chair moving towards him. But if that wasn't enough to convince him to get out of that house, what happened next definitely did. Take a look.
Nah, mate. Nah. Nope. I am fucking moving out. I don't know what this is. I don't care what this is. Nope. Just showing you again, ladies and gentlemen, there is nobody else here. Nope.
As he's talking about the orbs, or what he thinks is just dust, floating around on camera, and his air freshener doing its thing, the door suddenly creaks and closes a bit, with no obvious reason. Talk about too much spookfest for one night. He's definitely going to be house hunting after this. It's past closing time when this lady captures something she'll never forget on camera. One Saturday night, around 7 PM, she decided to charge her phone in the bottom story of a 3-story arcade mall that usually closes its entrance to people around the time she was there. But because she needed to charge her phone so badly, she avoided the mall cops who ensured no one was left in the mall after closing hours. Little did she know, there was much more to worry about than angry security personnel. This is what her camera caught.
I don't know where the sound is coming from, but it sounds like haunting. I can't figure out the direction it's coming from.
I think it's up there, but I don't know. It's like all closed off up there. Bro, what? Like, literally, like, I'm in the arcade. It's literally shut off, you can't even get up there. What? Feels like I'm being haunted. What are all these sounds?
While she was busy giving herself a grand tour of what the place looked like after hours, she noticed that the top 2 floors were closed off for access by barricade for renovation. But that's not all she noticed, as she began to hear the sound of children laughing and chittering all across the top floors.
I'm in the arcade. It's literally shut off, you can't even get up.
And that wasn't the spookiest part of the video, as she captured what appears to be an apparition on the top floor. Someone, or something, with long hair was stalking her from the top floor and darted out of view right after the camera spanned in their direction. Who or what could that be? Also, how do we explain the disembodied sound of children running around in the empty corridors at stupid o'clock? Real poltergeist activity? Or was she pulling the wool over our eyes? Let us know in the comment section.
A seemingly innocent dance party between father and son takes a creepy turn when a shadow figure appears out of nowhere. Take a look.
Dan, look at Liza. Go like this. Liza, hey, like this. Liza, look at. Hey. Liza, go like this. Were you dancing to some Green Day?
Who or what is this mysterious shadow figure? The scariest thing is that this kid looked directly at the strange cloaked figure and didn't seem fazed. While that means that it could have been a friend or even a sibling who stood in the right place at the right time, why would a child be wandering around the house in a black cloak? And why would there be no interaction at all? It could have been a planned and scripted video, but kids are known to be difficult to manage in videos like this. There's no background information for this video either, so we couldn't do any further research. What's your take on this strange footage? Just the usual kid casually wearing their satanic ritual attire, or what? Let us know your take on this one.
You always hear the creepiest and craziest things through the grapevine, which is why Ulysses was raring to go when he was tipped off about a strange house, abandoned for years and barely touched by anyone who lived nearby. While trying to gather intel on the place, he was told by a nearby resident that almost everyone in the community had seen or heard something unexplainable in or around the house. From disappearing couples to ranches inexplicably setting on fire, there's definitely something wrong. The strangest story given by the man, however, was that a family lived there long ago, but they never left and they're not there now. Hoping to catch some bone-chilling content of the spirits of the family, Ulysses headed on down to the front doors when it went dark, but he soon realised that the presence in the home was much darker than he had suspected.
Quem é que está aqui próximo a mim? Se manifeste neste momento. Opa, olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Vocês viram? Vocês viram, cara? Vocês viram? É obscuro, não é? Vocês viram o jeito que abriu aqui a geladeira, mano? Vocês viram que abriu aqui, ó? Rapaz do céu, que negócio que é esse, mano? Que fita que é essa, cara? Hã? Rapaz do céu. Olha, é uma criança que tá falando, ó. Olha isso. Olha lá, olha lá, olha lá. Olha aquilo, mano. Olha aquilo. Rapaz do céu. Ai, olha isso. Olha isso. Olha isso. Olha aí, ó. Você tá querendo me mostrar algo que te afetava aqui? Olha aqui, olha aqui, olha aqui, olha aqui a quantidade de abelha. A caixa foi destruída, cara, mas você é louco, mano. Olha aqui, ó, olha aqui, ó. Olha isso, ó.
Now, it does seem a bit suspicious that just before the fridge was opened, he snapped the flashlight onto it so it was visible.
Olha lá, olha lá, olha lá, olha aquilo.
And the fact that he had his hand covering the cupboard door opening. But the contents of that cupboard are the scariest thing here. That's grim. But just when he thought the scariest part was over, it all got 10 times worse.
Mas quem é que está aqui? É uma criança que está aqui? Diga algo. Opa, olha aquilo. Olha aquilo. Nossa, velho, que fita foi essa? Que desgrama é aquilo? Olha aqui, parece que tem uma criança falando mesmo, cara. Aham. Qual a sua idade aqui, espírito? Olha isso aqui, ó. Que parada é essa, mano? Esse músico já morreu. Isso aqui fez barulho, hein? Mexeu aqui, ó. Ó como é que tá isso aqui, ó. Mexeu, hein? Isso aqui mexeu, ó. Olha aqui, ó, o outro aparelho, ó. Ó. Dá pra escutar ou não dá? É, ó. Que é isso? Minha nossa, olha isso, mano. Olha isso, cara. Dá uma olhada nisso. Dá uma olhada nisso, cara. Olha aqui, ó, na nossa frente, velho. Olha aqui, ó. É o espelho, cara. Um material de um conduto de alimentação. Aí esse. Opa, 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 opa. Vocês viram aqui? Olha aqui, ó. É espetacular ou não é? Hã? Ó. Opa! Senti um odor forte aqui agora, hein? Eu senti um odor forte aqui agora, hein? Pessoal, estarei subindo lá, vou estar desligando o Spirit Box, correto? Estarei subindo lá para aquele local lá.
When he picks the baby chair up, and we can't see any strings or anything like that. After this, he quite quickly turned on his heel and left, handing the keys back to the guy he spoke to at the beginning. What could have happened there? Do you think this is all the work of a lost family haunting their home? Or could this have all been a bit more orchestrated? Let us know what you think down below.
Que é isso? Minha nossa, olha isso, mano. Olha isso, cara. Dá uma olhada nisso.
Have you watched the latest scary video on our second channel, Sleep is Cancelled? Click here to watch it now, and don't forget to stay in the dark.
Trying to keep his sanity intact, he got up close to inspect the doll. The pictures of the empty rooms have a chilling feeling to them, and what the hell is that imposing dark shadow in all of them?